A Jamaican man who was shot dead in the United States has been laid to rest in his native Loidersville district, St. Catherine, Jamaica. Derrick Rhoden was shot dead by a gunman, a violent death indeed, but his family made it clear that he was a peacemaker.
Derrick was the peacemaker of the family.
His sister who did the eulogy says he did not only give love, he was loved.
And it was just a fun. Seeing my brother, loving my brother, showing back the love he has shown to us. Because that's all my brother preached, love.
His mother, though wheelchair-bound, would not have missed his funeral for anything. At his graveside, she voiced a profound hope.
Hope you make it up with your Lord. You hear? I hope you can tell me say you not go to that. You hear, man? Take care, God go with you.
Can we close it now?
All the best.
The brilliance of the early afternoon sunshine belied the somberness of the occasion. The burial of 69-year-old Derrick Rhoden, affectionately called Deco, Brotherman, and Wango. It unfolded on Saturday, March 23, 2024, at Loidersville Cemetery in Rhoden's native Loidersville district, St. Catherine, Jamaica. Pallbearers removed his casket from the Sunset Funeral Home hearse and brought it to the graveside. To bid Rhoden goodbye, people travelled from near and far. Among them, his mother, Theresa Hemans, who is wheelchair-bound. But she would not have missed his funeral for anything, even if it meant being lifted where wheels could not safely go. At the graveside, her loved ones positioned her wheelchair securely, giving her a clear view of her second of 9 children. She stared him in the face, and as though he were listening to her, she bid him goodbye and voiced a most profound hope.
Mama said, I tell you goodbye. I hope you make it up with your Lord. You hear? I hope you can tell me say you not go to that. You hear, man? Take care, God go with you.
Can we close it now?
All the best.
With the casket closed, it was time for Pastor Orlando Williams to officially commence interment.
Earth to earth, ash to ash, dust to dust. With our inspiring hope that he will be with his saints.
For he has done so very much for me. Oh, he has taken all my sins, and let the Holy Ghost help me.
I love that
I love that man from Galilee.
On behalf of the Rhoden and Batix family, let me extend our gratitude to you for sharing with us in this service. Now I deem this grave seal.
Rhoden was shot dead along Grant Street in southeast Atlanta in the United States shortly after 8 p.m. on February 16, Weeks later, Atlanta police announced that they arrested and charged an 18-year-old man with the murder. It did not announce a motive for the gun attack. Moments before Rhoden was buried in his native Jamaica on March 23, his relatives and friends gathered for a Thanksgiving service inside this sanctuary, Loidersville Church of God. On the arrival of Rhoden's mom, the expression of grief peaked. She, along with some of her children and other relatives, huddled in front of the opened casket, worshipping and expressing sorrow. The late Rhoden was born in Jamaica to parents Theresa Hemans and Endley Rhoden on August 11, 1954. He attended Loidersville All-Age School, which has been renamed Loidersville Primary. Marita Rhoden Batik, who did the eulogy, said her late brother was among the top students in his class, adding that he even attended a prestigious secondary school, Clarendon College.
Derrick got a half scholarship to Clarendon College, but because he didn't get the full scholarship, it was very costly for our parents. But God has been their help, and he did get the chance to finish. In those days when you have a child going to those schools, the feeling was great. The community was excited, because they have, especially boys. At those days, boys don't really used to be the one that, excel in so many things. But Derrick was one of them. After college, he was home for a little while because those days were tough days.
Her late brother always had a caring disposition. He even helped his mother to raise his younger siblings.
As time went by, our mom was always getting sick and ending up in the hospital. Our brother was so selfish, the person who thinks not of himself, but always for others. Our little big giant. Our brother was always there for us. He was such a loving and kind-hearted brother. He would take care of his siblings while our mother was sick. He would do it with pride and joy. Our brother would wash and iron our clothes, comb our hair, feed us, and give us a bath. He was very special. He was the one who taught my sister how to comb hair. As she was saying the other day that while she was Derrick comb her hair, and Derrick wanted her to learn to comb hair. So you know what that selfless man did? He pulled out the hair after finished combing it perfectly. He loosed out the entire hair and said to her, "Comb it now." And that was how she started combing hair. My brother was small in stature, but don't take it for granted. He was such a caring brother. I just can't remember him spoken to us harsh in any way, but he was very firm in whatever he does or say. A wonderful brother, a great son for my mother. As my mother said the other day, my great help is gone. Think a little time when we sick. Think a little time, this a boy, he always help me. He was our heartbeat. One of our heartbeats.
Rhoden eventually relocated from his rural community of Loidersville to live in the capital city, Kingston, where he returned to school and became a teacher and subsequently a bank employee.
As the year went by, my brother went to live in Kingston with our dad. He then attended the Fitzendley School, where he pursued his dream in accounting. After he finished, he then got a job at the same school as a teacher. after years in teaching, his desire to change his teaching career and start working at Buckley Bank in Kingston. As a loving, caring, and brilliant person he was, the owner of the bank decided to give him the manager position. But guess what? Workers at the bank didn't like that. One of the workers was plotting against him. He wanted to kill him. But God always has someone good in mind. This good young man went and tell him what they were going to do to him. Just think about it. He lost his dad at a very tender age and trying to reach somewhere in life to help his mom and sibling. He got so depressed and decided to leave this job. Everything went down for him.
After falling on hard times, Rhoden left Kingston to live at Treadway's district in Linstead, St. Catherine.
He then decided to leave Kingston and went to live in Treadway in Linstead, St. Catherine, at his friend's house. And there he resided for many years. He then went in farming and became a Rastafarian. You know what? My mom wasn't pleased about that. She was so mad about it. But could she do anything about it? He always brings stuff from the farm for us and take the time out to rock with his siblings. One day my mother looked at him and said, "You see, boy, I'm going to cut that ear off. It is even when you are sleeping. Watch me and you." But she didn't get that chance. He would always come around and bring things for us. He then get a farmer card and have to do something he didn't want to do for his. He has to cut off the hair.
Some of Rhoden's in-laws also participated in the Thanksgiving service. His brother-in-law Courtney Mitchell did a song. Another brother-in-law, Carlton MacDonald, had a tribute read on his behalf by his son Orain.
Derrick was always able to remain patient in his dealings. He was always willing to sit with you and wait on you and listen. Derrick always wanted to be there for you, even when it was hard or seemed impossible for him to do something. He never wanted to turn you away or say no. Instead, he'd just say, "I'll try," and go about figuring out a way to make it happen.
The in-law added that Rhoden was a man of peace.
Derrick was the peacemaker of the family. There was never a time he wouldn't or wasn't willing to pick up the phone and call to try and straighten out anything, especially if he found out anyone in the family was upset or not speaking to one another. He always told it like it was. He didn't hide, nor was he afraid to tell you the truth. He was always there to help figure out and solve any issues, no matter what it was.
2023. That was the last time I saw my brother. April 2023. I'm so glad I did not regret the call. I was going over to New York. It was Lovel's birthday. I'm glad. I am so glad. We did not pretend love. We did not pretend that we love him. He did not pretend that he loved us. We love him so much. If you look in the program, you can see where all three of us kissing off his face and having a good time. And he was just laughing, he was just enjoying us. We were just hugging him and just kissing him. And it was just a fun. Seeing my brother, loving my brother, showing back the love he has shown to us. Because that's all my brother preached. Love, as you heard before. He just wants us to love each other. And my family, my siblings, no matter what is happening in life, let us love each other.
Another of the bereaved sisters told the congregation that at the time Rhoden was killed, he was planning to spend more time in Jamaica, less time in the United States.
I remember my brother came to Cleveland for Christmas. And I said to my brother, why don't you come and live with us? It's just me and my husband alone. And he's all out there by himself. He said, my sister, this is my last winter I'm going to be in America. I didn't know it was going to be like this because they had planned on coming home. I remember I said to him, when it's not winter time and you go home, please come back and for the summer and stay with us. I didn't know that would be the last winter. I didn't know that would be the last winter. But God understands and God knows best.
According to Jennifer Page Clooney, a family friend who did the remembrance, the bereaved mother was eager for her late son to start spending more time in Jamaica.
Mama said he was my second child, but one would think he was the eldest. He was like a husband to me, even as a child. He was very protective, very humble, very obedient. He loved school and wanted the best out of life. I was looking forward for him to come back home, she said, so we could sit and chat, but God knows best.
The sermon, which clearly was well received by the congregation, was delivered by Executive Chairman of the Church of God in Jamaica, Reverend Courtney Gordon. He made it crystal clear that he would have based his preaching on life instead of death, and he did just that, lifting the spirits of those in earshot.
Don't throw in the towel because life is hard. Don't throw in the towel because you pass, you fail your exams. Don't throw in the towel because you didn't get the promotion. Life has a way of turning the other way and making you better than what it is. I call you then that don't stay in neutrality. Don't stay at the shallow, but strive, push on, aim on, run on, look on, and hope on. And the greatest anticipation we have is the hope in Jesus Christ. And that's why the choir says, in this time of death, in this time of sorrow, we still sing the best is yet to come. Somebody praise the Lord. Somebody praise the Lord. I charge his audience not to get fallen by the wayside, but to pick up yourself and to be like Sammy. You pick him up, you lick him down, you bounce right back. What a hard man to get.
Reverend Gordon also used the opportunity to underscore the importance of accountability and responsibility. He encouraged the people to use their time on earth to make a positive difference. Other people who participated in the Thanksgiving service included a bereaved niece, Aja Rhoden, who read the first Bible lesson, and Sister Donna Rhoden Mitchell, who did the second. The Thanksgiving service came to an end. As was said earlier in this report, Rhoden was laid to rest in Loydesville Cemetery. I am funeral journalist Horace Mills, reporting for the Jamaica Beacon.